Talk about taking your time for a follow-up. Hey guys, it's John from Album Review TV. It's time for a review of Young the Giant's first album since 2010. This one's called Mind Over Matter. It's out January 21st on Fueled by Ramen. The album is produced by a man that you might know, Justin Johnson, who produced Paramore's self-titled record last year. So I definitely like the sound that album was putting off. So I think that he was a good fit for Young the Giant and what they wanted to do with their sound. They weren't trapped in a creative box. I think the band talked about that, just kind of throwing all their ideas that they had out in the open, and it resulted in a very, very diverse record with each track feeling like it truly has its own identity. All of the singles preceding the album's release gave off a different vibe, so how could we know what to expect with the full length? It's About Time showed off their grittier and harder rock side. Crystallized showed their edge and their ability to make this huge and inspirational sound. And then the title track, Mind Over Matter, showed that they were willing to try new sounds, and it also showcased their songwriting skills. The album is chock full of beautiful guitar work, skilled drumming, and pounding bass that knows when it needs to be powerful. Lead singer Samir Gadhia, I hope I'm saying that right, seems like he's even more in control of his voice than on their debut 2010 self-titled record, and he instantly shows that off at the beginning of the record with the opener Anagram. It shows that he can hit those really high notes in addition to hitting those lows. What keeps the album from getting stale is the way that each track kind of separates itself from the last track, with the only exception to that being the two tracks, Cameras and Firelight. It's just that the mood in those two songs is very similar, especially kind of keeping it with that quiet tone. Firelight does that. Cameras picks things up a little bit, and I'm not saying that those are necessarily bad or boring tracks. It's just that they definitely tone things down. Symphonic elements once again creep their way into the background of some of these songs, and it's a welcomed friend here on Mind Over Matter. It's something that I really enjoyed about their 2010 record. The guitar work on the record at times reminds me of that of Haim and their debut record, Days Are Gone, so I thought that was something that was cool. It can especially be heard on the tracks Eros, Waves, and Anagram, in my opinion. Those are just ones that it really came to mind on me, especially Eros. I cannot give enough praise to this band for throwing us all over the place on this record, Mind Over Matter, yet at the same time still somehow managing to keep us centered as the listener and not get too lost or confused. They all go together, and it's definitely all like a very Young the Giant feel, but they're also creative at the same time. Now, I'm not saying that the album is without its flaws, it's just that I really have to commend the fact that they went to a lot of trouble to really mix things up. It's About Time is narrowly still my favorite song on this record. I loved it as soon as I heard it. I just really love the tenacity that it presents, as well as its aggressive style and even its lyrical themes. It just feels different, but at the same time, just very rocking and very fun and relatable. Crystallized was the second single, and it has a light and airy feel to it, with none of the instruments kind of feeling like they overpower each other. It's just that everything kind of equals out, and it's nice. The chorus on this track is massive and really just feels like a blast of adrenaline into my veins when I'm listening. It's just a trip into outer space, which is why the music video that goes with it is so suiting for this track. While Teacher is just another example of the band's ability to unleash and show us a good time in rock and roll, you might be wondering, does this band ever slow down? Well, if you need a break from the high intensity or big energy tracks, look no further than right in the middle of the record. Like I talked about, those two tracks that kind of slow things down a little bit, Firelight and Cameras. Firelight in particular highlights Samir's vocals along with a backing guitar. Although neither songs are personal favorites of mine from this record, they definitely are growing on me. Paralysis is a really cool closing track for their album, since it shows just how diverse this band can be. Synths drive and power this song as a whole, which compares lyrically feeling nothing to being paralyzed. Vocally, this is possibly my favorite song on the album, swooning over a dance rock style beat. In My Home is the final track that I wanted to talk about, as it's just bursting at the seams with energy. There's so much passion on this track. I know I was born for this. Samir sings of his daydreaming sessions about what would eventually become his life with Young the Giant, basically his entire life, up on stage every night. You won't find too many rock records in this day and age with this much life in them. Make sure to check out this gem and pick up a copy for yourself when it's out January 21st. Its flaws are few, its wins are big. 4.5 out of 5 for me. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comments section down below. If you want, give me a mini review of it, your favorite tracks, etc. And of course, let me know what I should review next. Thank you guys so much for watching, and of course for hitting the like button, recommending the channel to a friend, and helping us grow here at Album Review TV. Thank you for all of your continued support, and I will see you very soon right here on Album Review TV, Beyond the Reviews.